What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. Look at the reaction to a missed replay in the Guardians game. Players on the field couldn't believe it, and look at Tanner Bybee in the dugout. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I thought that this next headline was a troll job. Justin Verlander almost threw 130 pitches in one game. Again, I thought it was fake as well. Walker Buehler has found himself a brand new home after getting released by the White Sox. Aaron Judge, he is kind of starting to run away with the MVP after Cal. He's been getting torn up lately. And Joe Adell, he went off on the Astros for that metal scoreboard that they have all the way in left field after Taylor Ward ran into it. We'll talk about all of that and more in today's MLB recap. We recap every game almost every single day on this channel, so keep growing the game with me. Leave a like and hit that subscribe button. And also, I want to give myself a shout out. I have been spamming MLB The Show. You guys have been asking for it. I'm giving it to you on Fuzzy Gaming. If you guys go sub today and watch my latest gameplay using the brand new neon cards for like a free no money spent God Squad, then you comment came here from recap and you watch the entire thing, I'm going to enter you guys in a $100 giveaway. So again, you have to go watch my latest gameplay, watch the entire thing, and subscribe, and you can win $100. So before we get into the games from yesterday, we have a few smaller updates, some housekeeping updates. The Cubs, they picked up not just one, but two former Guardians. Carlos Santana went crazy last year with the glove and the stick. He was actually pretty good offensively. This year, not the case, but he's still been a brick wall at first base. So the Cubs, they're picking up a platoon bat in Carlos Santana and maybe a new reliever, a long reliever in Aaron Civale. He could just be a guy who eats innings until everyone else gets healthy, because Aaron Civale, he stunk it up with the Brewers, he stunk it up with the White Sox. He requested a trade from the Brewers because he did not want to be a reliever. Maybe this is him finally saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to help any way I can, even if it's out the pen. The Pirates, man, they released another guy right before a incentive was about to hit. We're talking about a bonus incentive. The Pirates have released IKF, and the Jays said, we'll take him back. The Red Sox, not only did they release Walker Buehler, who we'll talk about in a second, they gave Aroldis Chapman a $13.3 million extension for 2026. You guys will see Chapman later in this video because he was insane again. And because we just brought him up, Walker Buehler is a Philly. We know that he just got released by the Red Sox. If you can't get fixed by Andrew Bailey, it's going to be tough sledding. But if any other team in baseball has a good chance of fixing a Walker Buehler, there's a couple teams like maybe the Guardians or the Rays. I like what the Phillies have done with their staff over the last few years, and considering what happened to Zach Wheeler, I'm praying that the Phillies get the most out of Walker Buehler, because honestly, they deserve it. Wheeler, I thought he was going to win his first ever Cy Young, take them to the promised land, and then blood clots ruined it all. So hopefully the baseball gods have some leniency on the Phillies and Walker Buehler. All right, let's talk about the games from yesterday. I know the Giants scored a ton again, but also like Justin Verlander, the dinosaur, threw a ton of pitches, and I'm talking 121 pitches in 5 innings. I thought this was a troll job. We'll get back to JV in a moment, because Rafi continued his torrid streak with a frozen rope home run for his 28th home run. He now has 93 RBIs on the season after this missed dive from Colton Cowser. Rafi, he had a big August, 9 home runs, 20 RBIs, and almost 1,000 OPS for the entire month. The rookie Drew Gilbert, he laced a 2-run triple thanks to a straight up cartoon slip. Like, that was a cartoon banana slip if I've ever seen one. Justin Verlander, he struck out Gunnar in the 5th for his 9th strikeout, and then he ends 5 innings with his 10th strikeout on pitch number 121. Throwing that many pitches in a game over 9 is insane. In 5 innings, I've never seen that in my entire life. Again, I thought it was a troll job. JV also just became the oldest player since Randy in 2008, Randy Johnson that is, to have 10 plus strikeouts in a game. Randy was 44 years old. That kind of summed up this game. The Giants, they're 5 games back of a wild card, and they're 5 games back because all of a sudden the Mets cannot buy a win. Augustine Ramirez and Sandy, they showed up in this game. Augustine, his second base hit ended up leaving. His 2-run home run gives him 19 home runs, also 28 doubles and 11 stolen bases. That is insane fantasy production for a catcher. Heriberto Hernandez, he had an RBI off of Kodai Senga, who is now getting booed. I mean, that's New York baseball for you. It's not about what you did in the first half, it's about what have you done for me lately. That's what the city is. And honestly, he has been pretty bad. A 6.5 ERA and 8 starts since the All-Star break. There was some really sloppy defense that allowed a 5th run. No one was covering. I don't really blame that on Brett Beatty because he kind of got it to the bag. What is going on now? We have Sandy versus Vientos. The changeup just kind of got away. Sandy was like, it wasn't on purpose. Stop staring at me. The benches do end up clearing. Obviously, like 99% of other bench clearing situations in Major League Baseball, nothing came of it. Sandy had 6 strikeouts, just 1 earned run across 7, and the Mets have lost 2 games in a row. Oh no, we have some breaking news. I honestly reacted to this news like Woody when his match got blown out by a passing car in Toy Story 1. Edward Cabrera has an elbow sprain. I don't even necessarily know what that means, but it does not sound good for the 2025 breakout superstar and the MLB The Show legend. Prayers up for Edward Cabrera. This stinks. So that Mets L means the Reds ending their losing streak got them back within 4 games of the wild card spot. Brian Hayes at home as a Red has been unstoppable. He has 7 RBIs and a 960 OPS so far this year in Great American Ballpark. He has a 196 batting average on the road, so he's been useless. Imagine if they had a home and road platoon. I've never really seen that before, but it could happen. TJ Friedl stepped up with the bases loaded. He sliced one for a 2-run knock, and then the other Hayes without the E, he also drove into. Austin Hayes had a 2-run hammer, and then Brady Singer, he sung his way to 8 more strikeouts. I wanted to tip my cap to him. And the rookie, Jimmy Crooks. Yes, this is a real person. Jimmy Crooks, his first ever big league base hit is a home run. He did it in front of his family. I've always loved those moments. Hayes then plated Hayes. Cabrera is hitting .325 with 8 RBIs at home. Matt McClain, the Mac Attack, back-to-back games with the home run. He's having a really weird, like Anthony Volpe-esque season. He has 13 home runs. The on-base percentage is finally back over 300. And as of today, September 1st, the final month of the regular season, like I said, the Reds are 4 games back at that final wildcard spot. Staying with wildcard teams, the Rangers are surging at the perfect moment. They're going for 5 in a row, all without Marcus Semien, by the way. Jock Pederson and the boys, they broke out in a hurry. Jock, he is ready for the postseason. He has 4 home runs in his last 8 games with 12 RBIs over that stretch. Josh Jung, he is literally black hole, white star hot. 4 consecutive games with multiple base hits. This one left. He has 13 home runs. He's always been a dog, but he can't stay healthy enough, long enough to find consistency. Oh, he's finding it right now. The other Josh Smith, another silver slugger on the squad. He had an RBI double. Wyatt Langford almost had an RBI double, but I got to tip my cap to Brett Harris. Look at the knee slide and the throw across the diamond. Wyatt Langford is insanely fast, so that's impressive. Another web gem for Harris? Nope. Jock Pederson secures a 3 RBI game, all for Jacob deGrom, by the way, who only went 79 pitches, so 5 innings, but they were 5 scoreless innings, 6 more strikeouts. He has a very nice 2.69 ERA. Adolis Garcia tacked on another RBI base hit. But now the bullpen for the Rangers is kind of imploding. Jacob Wilson, a double dropped in. He had 3 more base hits. He's been absolutely insane since coming back from the injured list. Soderstrom, an RBI double. Carlos Cortez, the switch thrower, the same thing. Are the A's going to rally and take it? Nope. Josh Jung, he stole back the momentum, and that all but ended it as he's raised his OPS by 41 points over the last 8 games. Texas is 7-1 over those 8 games. They're currently winners of 5 in a row, and they're just 2.5 games back of Seattle. If the Guardians win, though, it'll shrink to 1.5 games, and this is a big series for Cleveland as well because they can get back within 3 games of the wild card. Daniel Schneemann, he corked a baseball. It's 2-0 Guard Dogs. Never mind, Randy, Arozarena, and J-Rod put the team on their back, and they avoided a sweep. Randy, he basically went halfway up the bleachers. He has 26 home runs and 24 stolen bases. He's trying for his first ever 30-30 campaign. J-Rod, he's been a hit machine in this series. He beat this out according to replay, even though replay showed that he was, in fact, out. They slowed it down. The ball was in the glove. It doesn't have to be fully caught. If it's in the glove, that is considered a catch by Major League Baseball. Look at the reactions from the players on the field. Tanner Bybee in the dugout. 2 ended up scoring on that play, by the way, as Andres Munoz picked up his 32nd save. Just what's the point of replay if it's not going to get it right? The Mariners, they keep some distance. They're still 2.5 games up on the Rangers. And thanks to Tarik Skubal, they're 3 games up on the Royals. This game kind of took a while to get going because the Tigers could not figure out Michael Wacha, but when they did, the runs came in a hurry. Tolbert, he got turned around as catcher Jake Rogers. He turned on the afterburners. He collects a 2-run triple. Cole Keith, he cranked one to Tolbert, who, again, just could not get there. It's an RBI double. Gleybe, another run for Skubal, who of course tossed 7 more scoreless innings. He only had 4 strikeouts, though, not a typical Skubal start, but those 4 give him the MLB lead back with strikeouts over Garrett Crochet. Tarik is down to a 2.18 ERA. He has a 2.29 ERA over his last 365 innings. This was an easy game. Time for an update on Dodgers versus Padres. The Padres, they gained the game while I was away, so they're just 1 game back coming into this game. We'll show their game after Arizona versus LA. Frederick, he's back at it. An update on the batting title, by the way. Freddie and Trey Turner are tied with a 300 batting average. Will Smith has been slumping. He's down to a 291 batting average, as if that's bad or something. Following an Andy Pages RBI ground out, Miggy Rowe and Pages, they were back at it with some RBI singles. And Yamamoto cooked. He goes 7 innings, just 1 run allowed with 10 strikeouts. He has a 2.8 ERA this year with an amazing 10.2 strikeouts per 9. He's on pace for over 200 strikeouts, which is just disgusting. Corbin Carroll took away Yoshinobu's chance at his 12th win of the year. Corbin has a home run in back-to-back games. He has 29 home runs, 21 stolen bases, a 140 OPS plus, and 9 outs above average on defense, and that was off Tanner Scott, who has just been awful as a Dodger. Will Smith, he upped his batting average to 293 on the pinch hit, walk-off home run. The Dodgers take it. He has 17 home runs and a 152 OPS plus. I completely forgot to show the Yankees game. I guess talking about batting titles and trophies reminded me that Judge, he's kind of catching up to Cal in the home run department, kind of, but also not really. Raleigh went hitless again in that Mariners game. He has 0 base hits his last 5 games. Judge just swatted his 358th home run, so he just tied Yogi Berra for the 5th most ever by a Yankee. He's batting .325 with 43 home runs on the season, and he's approaching an 8 WAR. I mean, he's going to win MVP, right? Who is this, by the way? Will Robertson? That sounds like a name straight out of Meet the Robinsons. He socked a double to score Curtis Mead. Judge, he wants number 44. It stays in, but then Bellinger, he traded places with his 54th extra base hit. And Stanton, it's back. This ball is back. Tuckman brought it back. He caught it. And then Colson Montgomery, he wants center field just like Aaron Judge. His left. So Colson has 15 home runs and 4 outs above average in 46 games as a big leaguer. Lenyn Sosa, he leads the entire White Sox with 18 home runs, so it's 3-2 Sox. Mike Vasil has been insane this year. He paints strike 3 against Bellinger. It did hit the edge. I think if they went to ABS, it still would have been a strike 3. He has a 2.5 ERA in 90 innings out the pen. That is a crazy amount of innings for a reliever. He has 3 saves. Hold up a second. We'll talk about the Padres right after this. I'm sorry, Padres fans, because the Red Sox, they can get back within a half game of the Yankees. Jarren Duran, he just split a gap and rolled all the way to the triangle in center field. He can fly, so it's an easy triple, but he's not stopping there. It's a base clearing inside the park home run. Jarren has 35 doubles, 12 triples, 14 home runs, and 22 stolen bases. Just a extra base fantasy freak. Giolito turned in another quality start. 6 strikeouts over 6 innings, just 3 base hits. Canario, he's the guy that let that Duran ball past him. He went over the monster. He wants to put his squad on his back. He's up again with the bases loaded, down by 3. One swing can change. Whitlock K'd him, so he's out of the jam. Aroldis, he struck out 2 more. Again, 0 base hits. He has not allowed a base hit in 15 straight games now. He has 27 saves. The Red Sox are 7-3 their last 10. It's just been pitching. Okay, back to San Diego. I don't know about you guys, but seeing a healthy Byron Buxton put up video game numbers just makes me a very happy baseball fan. He has 29 home runs, a brand new career high. He's also playing Gold Glove defense out there. Joe Ryan, he got in a little bit of trouble. Ducks are on a pond in the 4th. He had back-to-back strikeouts and was up to 97 miles an hour, and then he popped up Cronenworth to end the jam. James Outman, Attica. I really hope that James Outman figures it out as a twin. He scores Luke Keeschel, and then Keeschel singled along with Royce Lewis in the 5th to tack on a few more for Joe Ryan, who struck out 8 over 7 shutout. He's been so elite this year that even with an 11 earned run implosion over 2 starts, he has a smidge over a 3 ERA. Royce Lewis added a 2nd RBI. And this please do not be anything serious. Tatis, he grabbed his hamstring, and I'm hoping that it was just a cramp because we've all cramped before, and then it goes away the next day if you just hydrate. The Twins, they take it. The Padres, they're 2 games back of the NL West crown. Okay, this was a fun game. You guys got to stay tuned for this one. Seiya Suzuki got it going against the Rockies with a 2-run ripper, but then the Rockies, they got back into it. Tyler Freeman, he had an RBI bunt for all of the grandfathers out there. Small ball is alive and well. Dansby Swanson saved what could have been an easy 2-run single. Brenton Doyle got beat, but this is baseball. Sometimes being lucky is better than being good. Braxton Fulford, he is one of the faster catchers in baseball. That is a liner to center that PCA could not catch. He barrels into the wall, and that's an RBI triple. Arcia, he dunked in another one, so it's 4-2. And I got to give a golf clap to Tanner Gordon, who was electric again. He's now thrown 3 consecutive quality starts. He struck out 9 Cubs. I was kind of shocked when I saw that many. He wants his 6th win. Ian Happ is not going to let that happen. He stood and stared at it for a while. Then he spun the bat. The ball went 430 feet, a 3-run home run to tie. He has 26 doubles and 18 home runs. Ryan Ritter, he singled off of the flamethrower Danny Palencia. Mickey Moniak, he got it past Michael Busch, and then Tucker, he missed it. I don't think even if he fielded it cleanly, they would have gotten the speedster Ryan Ritter. That is a walk-off triple. Those are really rare, and this is even more crazy. So there have been 2 walk-off triples this year. Both have been off Danny Palencia. What are the odds of that? Anytime we talk about the Cubs, it's probably a good idea to go find the Brewers. William Contreras, this is a 2-run home run. He has 17, 11 of them over his last 33 games. Over those 33, he's batting basically 310 with 27 RBIs and a 1,000 OPS. The Jays, they got a huge break, a rare Milwaukee miscue that set up 2-1 for Nathan Lucas. This 2025 Jays team just does not care about runners in scoring position. Like, it's just a normal at-bat, no pressure. That's a 2-run double for Lucas. Ernie, he's back in the starting lineup. He flared it for another run, so that is 3 earned runs off of Brandon Woodruff. George Springer, this is an RBI double. It's 4-2 Jays. He's had a special renaissance bounce-back season. And Turang, he's had a historic month of August. He has 16 home runs on the season. 10 home runs came in August, and he just turned 25 years old this year. He kind of seems like the lefty version of Marcus Semien. He's really good in the power. It's only getting better and better. Contreras, he tied it with his second RBI extra base hit, and Vladdy had an RBI infield single. He's pumping his fist over there at first base because he's been in a big-time slump. He is relieved. Then you have Heineman and Straw making it 8-4 to make it seem like it wasn't a close game. Straw's was a 2-run single, by the way. He's been Spider-Man on defense over the last week as well. The Jays, they're 1 win away from 80 on the season. The Phillies are also 1 win away from 80 on the season. Let's see if they can get it. We have an awesome matchup between Jesus Luzardo and the breakout stud, Hurston Waldrop. Now, Waldrop had a crazy threat in the fourth. The bases are juiced for Kyle Schwarber. He deployed that disgusting slitter, so he got Schwarber to whiff it. Harper, he got his shot, and he smoked it, yeah, straight to Nick Allen, so no damage, just a sigh of relief if you're a Braves fan. Marsh, he broke the stalemate, his 8th home run, delivered the first run for either team. Hurston, he was still disgusting though. He goes 5 2/3, just a 1 earned run with 9 strikeouts, all of them on the splitter. No BS, every single strikeout was on that splitter, one of the best pitches in baseball. Luzardo, he was awesome, 6 2/3 scoreless with 7 strikeouts. He's on pace for over 200 as well. Orion Kerkering, he was bad. He got 0 outs. Tanner Banks tried his best to keep this game 1-0. Olsen grounded out, and then Banks got the next 2. So if Banks started this inning, he probably would have thrown a shutout inning. Alvarado is in for the 9th. He just has to keep it at 1 apiece. Drake Baldwin with one of the most freakish rookie swings I've ever seen. A lefty off the bench pinch hit Oppo tank. He's up to 15 home runs and an almost 130 OPS plus. Now, according to a lot of sports books, Cade Horton of the Cubs is now the favorite to win Rookie of the Year. Maybe he passed Drake in your minds, but who's going to win NL Rookie of the Year? Raisel Iglesias, he has 23 saves. So you guys know I record these in the morning, and honestly, seeing Brandon Lowe hit a grand slam made me kind of want a grand slam from Denny's or IHOP, wherever it's from. I haven't had that in years. Brandon Lowe has a home run in 3 of his last 4 games. He's up to 28 on the season. Josh Lowe, not Lowe, again, they're both L-O-W, but they're pronounced differently. He almost got one to go. Instead, it's a triple and a sac fly for Everson Pereira. It counts the same. The Rays, they won this game pretty easy, even though Ian Seymour gave up a few runs. I put those in air quotes. It was because of awful defense. He's been a reliever for a little bit, but he made his first ever start last week. He also struck out 8. So over his first 2 big league starts, he has 16 strikeouts and 1 earned run in like 10 innings. This kid shreds. Pete Fairbanks, he's out for the save. He got some help from Everson Pereira. He hosed Lyle trying for 2 bases. Pete then ended it with a strikeout for his 24th save. The Rays have won 3 games in a row. They're 5.5 games back of a wild card spot. Joe Adell is going to call out the Astros after this game, but real quick, Oswald Peraza, come on, man, keep this up. His first as a Halo. I've always been a big fan of Peraza. Doing it against Hunter Brown makes it even more impressive. That's all that Brown would allow, by the way. 5 more strikeouts. He's down to a 2.3 ERA. Jose Soriano, he outdueled Hunter Brown. 7 scoreless, 1 base hit, and oh, by the way, 8 strikeouts. He's allowed 0 earned runs in 3 of his last 4 starts, and the strikeouts are way up ever since he struck out 12 back on June 10th. Lance McCullers is in a relief role right now. Trout, he's cool with that. He torched an RBI double off the wall. I thought it was going to be $3.99. Trout, he then scored on a Lance throwing error, and honestly, Christian Walker, he probably should have caught that. Prayers up for Ward, man. He had an Aaron Rowan moment. If you guys are OGs or you've been watching baseball for a long time, you understand that reference. Aaron Rowan, he also went straight into a wall of some sort. And Joe Adell, again, he went off after Kenley got his ERA back under 3 for his 25th save. Kenley now has 472 career saves. So Joe, after the game, he said, bottom line, I've talked about this before, but there should be no metal scoreboards anywhere on the baseball field. It's the big leagues. This is ridiculous. A guy goes back to make a play and he's got to worry about a metal fence. That's crazy. So that's my honest opinion about it. He did everything he could to make a play, and he gets beat up by something that's beyond controllable. Honestly, I kind of agree. Another recap in the books. Do not forget to subscribe. We're in the final month of the season. And also, don't forget to go sub to Fuzzy Gaming. Watch my entire last gameplay. It's a 27-minute gameplay, so yeah, it's a lot of work, but I'm going to reward you guys if you go and comment came from recap and watch the entire thing, and you prove that you watched the entire thing. If I pick you, you'll get $100. See you guys on Fuzzy Gaming.
Rips it into left, a diving catch. Rea, breaking ball, grounded sharply. Renifro diving stop from his knees. He got him.
And it'll float out to left center field. Long run in. Cowser with a dive.
Into center field, coming on St. On. Diving ahead, he left his feet, and he hangs on to make the play.